Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. I'm going to stop making promises about what's going to be in the next episode because this is the second one in a row where I've changed my mind. We've gone through, I think, 6 games now in between episodes because I realised that this season is taking far too long, so I want to get it done and out of the way. And we're also close to potentially getting some form of promotion. If it's going to be automatic, that would be ideal. It's most likely going to be playoff related, but if you look at the table on the left-hand side, 39 games in, we are just 2 points behind second place Fleetwood. This is definitely something that we can do. We could finish second in the table if things keep going our way. Since the last episode, like I said, 6 games have been played, and they've been pretty good. First up, against Northampton, who are one of the teams up in the playoffs zone with us. We managed to win this one 3-2. Joe Sparrow, John Brayford and Taylor Richards with the goals for us. Morgan Rogers and Alex Jones with the goals for Northampton. However, I did a little bit of a change to my formation. I've pulled in the 2 inside forwards to be more central. And I thought the reason why I'm doing this, we don't really have too many wingers. We've got Stephen Hunt on the right-hand side. That's about it. Charles Cook, Miller, Richards, Sparrow, Fraser, all these players, they can play centrally. So why aren't I playing them centrally? So that's what I've done. It seemed to work okay against Northampton. It wasn't so good against MK Dons. We lose this one 2-0. Jamie Sewell after just 2 minutes. Andre Green also scores a penalty. Josh Lillis had an absolute shocker in this game, getting a 6.3 rating. Marvin Sordell couldn't hit a barn door either, getting a 6.4 rating. We deserve to lose this match. Back to winning ways, however, against Peterborough, a comfortable 2-0 victory. Regan, Charles Cook and Marvin Sordell with the goals for us. Ashby Hammond came in for this game because Josh Lillis picked up an injury and was out for 2 to 3 weeks, I think it was. Ashby Hammond is probably starting to become my number 1 goalkeeper. It's a little bit too little too late, but he had a really good performance in this game and some of the other games as well. Another victory, and this time it was up against Walsall. It was Joe Sparrow and Marvin Sordell with the goals for us. Regan Charles Cook actually fractured his ribs, I think, in this game after 33 minutes. Andy Cook scores a bicycle kick for Walsall. I'm not even joking, I'll show you that in a second. We destroyed them. 27 shots, 13 on target, nearly 70% possession. We should have scored more than 2. We were just way better than Walsall were. But Andy Cook did score this absolute cracking goal. It's very rare that I show off other teams' goals, but yeah, this one was probably one of the it was a bit ridiculous, but also a great finish. It was a weird right-footed bicycle kick from outside the 6-yard box. Still went in, scored the goal, didn't mean anything. Against Bradford, we had one of those performances like we did against MK Dons. We just weren't very good. A 1-0 defeat. Randell Williams with the only goal of the game for Bradford. We had 12 shots with just 1 shot on target. This was one of the games where I said Ashby Hammond played really well, gets a 7.1 rating, stopping at 6 of the 7 chances. Yeah, we deserved to lose, but we did have a ridiculous amount of possession, just couldn't get our shots on target. And the final match then, where suddenly everything clicked. A 4-0 victory against Wigan. Taylor Richards with 2 goals. Marvin Sordell as well. Jason McCarthy scores a goal literally the moment I substituted him. He scored, and then I brought him off because of his injury. 21 shots, 13 on target, 65% possession. 4-0, 3 points. We are in second place in the table. Third place in the table. We're not second. We're 2 points off of second place in the table. We are not playing Fleetwood anytime soon. I don't think we're playing them at all. Our run-in for the end of the season, there are 7 games left. Blackpool in 8th is arguably one of the harder matches. QPR 22nd in the table. Should be fairly straightforward. Gillingham 13th mid-table. Crawley 9th. Could be a banana skin. Doncaster 23rd. Can't buy a victory, so they'll probably get one here. Oxford 20th, Port Vale 21st. We've got the easiest run-in, I'd say, of all the teams left in the competition. We've got the hardest match today against Blackpool, and then Crawley is going to be the second hardest further on into April. We did also have our intake of youth players. They were all pretty junk. Scott Page, Hadji Adamson, Andy Swan are some of the better ones, but if you actually look at them, they're not very good at all. I will be working over the next few years, assuming I'm still here, to actually improve my youth intake, to actually make sure some of these players are actually better than this pile of junk that we're currently getting. Up against Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's Blackpool, former Burton Albion manager and Burton Albion favourite Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank as well. This is not going to be an easy game. Why don't we have an away kit? That's really weird. So we've got our home and away, but our third kit is non-existent. It's just a black kit. That's not right. Anyway, we're up against Blackpool, who are in strong form, but they did lose their last match. Who was it against? Who did they play? I'm assuming Gillingham? Or was it Bradford? I don't know. Anyway, they lost their last match. We obviously won our last match comfortably. Fleetwood Bristol Rovers. That is a match we need to keep an eye on. Southend as well, also joint on points with us, who aren't actually playing today. So this is our new formation. It's basically the same formation. If I just jump over, you'll see that the fullbacks just kind of, wingers just kind of shift out a little bit on that one. Interestingly, you should be on attack. That's one thing that I've clearly been missing. So yeah, we've moved the inside forwards into be attacking midfielders. We've just got 3 attacking midfielders. There's nothing fancy about them. They were, for one of the games, I think Northampton game, they were both on Ganches. Didn't seem to make too much of a difference, so I've just put them to be attacking midfielders, which more players are actually comfortable at being. The starting lineup then in goal will be Tay Ashby-Hammond, John Brayford, Tom Aldred, Luca Ercolani and Damien McCrory are the back 4. Jamie Allen and Andrew Sermon are the 2 central midfielders. Joe Sabara, Taylor Richards, Will Miller and Marvin Sordell are going to be the front 4. Tyler Walker, I really want him to score some goals, so I keep bringing him on late in games, and he never seems to do anything. He's had some decent chances, but he just seems to sky them. Blackpool then playing a 4-4-1-1, and they've got a striker who I can't pronounce his name, because it's really long. I have a feeling this formation does well against 4-4-2s. Brayford's probably going to get booked very early on. Yeah, I've got a feeling this formation does really well against 4-4-2s because where we've got 4 attacking players, we just overload their defence and they don't really know what to do with them. Mowat with a free kick for Blackpool goes for goal. Ashby-Hammond makes the save. He is standing on his line. I'm a little bit concerned that he was just stood there because he could have just easily accidentally taken a step back and scored an own goal. Ashby-Hammond to Luca Ercolani. Long ball upfield, tries to find Sordell but can't do it. Miller. He now does find Marvin Sordell. He needs some support. There's 2 in the box. Sordell keeps hold of the ball. Finds McCrory. Goes for goal. And Damien McCrory has made it 1-0 after just 12 minutes or 13 minutes. His 3rd goal of the season. I should be playing my fullbacks on attack because he hasn't been getting in the box for the last few games because he's been playing on support. Brayford has. So, putting him on attack means he does that more often. Allen with a corner. We are 15 minutes in and we are 2-0 up. Luca Ercolani gets his 6th goal of the season. Jamie Allen is claiming the assist from the corner, although it wasn't Jamie Allen who actually should get the assist because it's probably Marvin Sordell, I think it was, at the back. Sordell heads it across. Ercolani on the line. Probably didn't even need to touch it, Luca. Hopefully things keep going our way. We've had 7 shots, 6 of them on target. 2 of them have ended up in the back of the net since the second goal. Not a huge amount has happened, though. In fact, nothing has happened, and we've made it to half-time. 9 shots now, 6 on target. Blackpool 5 and 2. Sermon's making mistakes. Do I bring Sermon off? Because Ben Fox... Yes, you know what? Sermon, off you get. Ben Fox is going to come on. Every time Ben Fox plays... He plays really well. Look at his average rating is 7.19. He's only played 5 starts, 5 off the bench. But look, 7.1 he gets there. 6.7, we'll ignore that one. And 6. Okay, so recently he's not played a lot. But at the start of the season he was doing alright and actually getting some decent marks. So hopefully he can do that today from that Segundo Volante role. I really need to stop trying to prove a point and then completely not managing to prove the point. Burton move up to 2nd in the table. Does that mean that Fleetwood are losing? Sordell with the ball, gets tackled by Spearing. Cleared upfield, Aldred heads forward. Sbarra, Allen, Richards, Miller, passing it around. Back to Allen. Across, tries to find McCrory but can't do it. Spearing gets tackled, but their striker, who I think is called Kun, K-U-N. Clark gets the ball, runs inside, cross-field ball to Donoghue. Across, he's had a go, Donoghue has a go. Dion Donoghue has made it 2-1. Great finish. Kun Temenozkov is the man with the assist. Him. Highlight almost straight away, but it is deep in the Blackpool half. Harriman upfield, McCrory heads forward. Fox to Miller. Back to Fox. Joe Sparrow. Sparrow to Richards. Taylor Richards needs someone to make a run. Brayford heads it across for no reason. Styles now can clear. Temenzukov to Mowat into the area, goes for goal, puts it into the bottom corner, and we've thrown away a 2-0 lead. Alex Mowat has equalised for Blackpool. What has happened here? I'm going to demand more, and we're going to go positive. I don't know whether positive is a good idea. Defensively, they're playing badly. Defensively, we're playing quite well, but I think that's more because they've scored goals than anything else. 71 minutes on the clock. Allen to Sparrow. Richards tries to find Sordell, can't do it. Richards gets the ball back. It wasn't Richards, it was Sparrow. Sparrow across to McCrory. 4 in the box, maybe 5 or 6. Crosses in. Taylor Richards is there. His 5th goal of the season since joining the club in January puts us back in front. There is 20 minutes left to play. Taylor Richards has just saved himself from being substituted then because he was the first name on my list. Miller is going to come off instead for Scott Fraser. We're also going to bring on Hunt for Sbarra. He can't play there, but he's good enough at football, so hopefully he can. McCrory to Richards. Back to McCrory. Fraser. Richards again. Jay spearing tackles, and now Blackpool can counter once again. Gets around his man, keeps going down the right-hand side. All of our players went across to him like we were 10-year-olds, and Trevor Clark has made it 3-3. Why did every single one of our players go across to him? What is this nonsense? So, he gets round his man, and then you look, all of these players, there's 5 players chasing the ball, and 1 in the middle. And that 1 in the middle was our right back. Defensively, this performance has been shambolic. Mowat nearly makes it 4-3. It's just not a good day. Old Temenzukov, that guy, he's got 3 assists. Into injury time, and it looks like we are probably going to draw this match, which on the face of it isn't great, particularly after we were 2-0 up and have scored 3 goals. But our defensive performance has been awful. McCrory, can he cross it in? He does cross it in. It's cleared, and the referee is probably going to blow the full-time whistle any second now. There it goes. A 3-3 draw with Blackpool. Not a good result at all. The silver lining, if there is one, is that Fleetwood did not win. They lost 2-1 against Bristol Rovers, so we are now just 1 point behind Fleetwood. Southend, I'm assuming, will probably play tomorrow. Maybe they're playing each other. Hopefully Northampton can beat Southend, assuming that's what the fixture is. Welcome back. It's time for match number 2. Queen's Park Rangers, relegation threatened. Queen's Park Rangers are our opponents today. Southend haven't played their game in hand. I'm not sure why, nor have Northampton. So, today Southend are playing MK Dons, Fleetwood are playing Sunderland. So, that could be very beneficial to us. Just a single point and a Sunderland victory will mean we will move back into second place into the table. Northampton, who are you playing? Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe are down in 18th, so let's assume Northampton are probably going to get a victory there. Crawley Gillingham, that's a potential banana skin for Crawley. The starting lineup we are going to go for. Ashby Hammond will remain as the goalkeeper. Josh Lillis is back, but I want to kind of keep playing Ashby Hammond. In the new season, I have a new goalkeeper already signed. I asked the board to buy him and they went, sure. So I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm not going to tell you who it is just yet. So Ashby Hammond will be our goalkeeper. Brayford, Aldred, Ercolani and McCrory will be our back 4. Allen and Sermon are the 2 central midfielders. No, they're not. Ben Fox will come in for Andrew Sermon today. Joe Sparrow, Taylor Richard, Scott Fraser and Marvin Sordell will be the front 4. Fraser probably can only play half a match, I would assume. 45 minutes, so he's going to have to come off at probably half-time. QPR, as I said previously in the past, are not going to be an easy team to beat. They've got some very good players. Wilfred Boney is their striker. However, he's only scored 8 goals this season. I mean, he's 32 years old. He's getting paid £15,000 a week, which is, I think that's the salary of 3 of my players combined. But yeah, they've got a very good team, but they're not playing very well at all. Obviously, we've stolen Jason McCarthy from them, although I don't think he was ever playing for them. Throw on deep in the QPR half. It's not a great throw. Allen does get the ball though. Jamie Allen, going backwards, plays it all the way across to Damien McCrory. What a terrible touch it was, but he keeps the ball. McCrory crosses in. Sparrow was at the back, but QPR can now clear their lines. Wilfred Boney gets tackled by Ercolani, but Carpini gets the ball, or Caprini. Asai Samuel goes for goal and makes it 1-0 on the counter-attack against a team who are fighting for relegation and a team who are fighting for promotion. The team who are fighting for relegation are the better side. We've dropped down to 4th because of that. That's not good at all. We should be moving up to 2nd in this game. Allen with a corner 25 minutes in. It's a shocking corner, as always. Marvin Sordell is going to get there first. Sordell to McCrory. Where are you going to go, Damien? Holds on to the ball, gets tackled, and it's going to be 2-0 to QPR. Boney, all the way across. Asai Samuel, one-on-one with the keeper. Smashes it straight at Ashby Hammond. It's going to be a corner. What is going on defensively here? Corner for QPR to be taken by Manning. It's gone to the 6-yard box. Aldred can clear. Asai Samuel back to Manning. Manning going forced backwards. Richie Smallwood, who scored against us last time we played them. Bartley, and that's the end of the highlight, apparently. So far, all they're doing is they're soaking up the pressure and then lumping the ball up to Asai Samuel, and we've got nothing to stop them doing it. It's 1-0 at half-time, and not a lot really happened in the first half. I'm going to be aggressive and say, where's your passion? Because I think we've been the better side. I should have probably brought off Fraser as well. He'll be fine for another 10-15 minutes. Good tackle, Fox. Allen with a free kick, goes for goal, hits it just wide of the post. I'm thinking it's time for some subs. Fraser is going to have to come off for Will Miller. Richards is playing pretty badly as well, but I have no real options. Andrew Sermon. Andrew Sermon. Can you play as an attacking... I mean, you can't, but I'm thinking... You know what, I'm going for it. Andy Sermon is going to be that attacking midfielder in the middle. It's got bad news written all over it, hasn't it? I'm going to go positive. I'm going to also demand some more. McCrory's throw. Allen takes a few touches. Joe Sparrow. Allen goes for goal. He's hit the underside of the bar and Woodman manages to save it. How have we not scored? Corner for Allen to take. It's probably going to be a bad one. Sordell is there. It's cleared. Manning's not going to get there first. McCrory to Ben Fox. Andrew Sermon goes for goal. It's come to Joe Sparrow, and Joe Sparrow has put it into the back of the net. We are 1-1 now with QPR. Sparrow's 9th goal of the season, and Andrew Sermon, the substitute, getting the assist. We would need another goal, really. Another goal will mean that we should move up into second place. Damien McCrory is looking knackered as well. Sermon's free kick goes for goal, hits the top of the bar. That is not good enough, Andy. Final 10 minutes. Furlong. Smallwood back to Furlong. Just stands there with the ball and no one is closing him down. Richie Smallwood. Manning. Crossfield ball to find Carprini. Brayford heads forward. Is that Snodgrass as well? Scowen. Manning. Brayford heads it forward again. Joe Sparrow now for us. He's got no real support. He's going to have to play backwards. Allen to Sermon. Sermon to Joe Sparrow. That wasn't to Sparrow. That was to Brayford. Ercolani's trying to get the ball but can't manage to do it. Caprini on the left gets around Brayford. He's running down the left. There's 9 minutes to play. Crosses in. Snodgrass is there. Hits the bar. Joe Allen can get it clear. That was lucky. Sermon with a free kick. Edge of the area. Goes for goal. Hits it wide of the post. Sermon's having a lot of football, but not very good chances so far. It's looking like it's going to be a draw. 30 seconds to play. QPR's throw. Brayford in his own area. Fox. Long ball upfield. Finds Marvin Sordell. Plays it across, and McCrory, what a tackle that was on Snodgrass. McCrory keeps the ball 15 seconds. I don't think anything's going to come of this. Definitely not now that the ball's gone off. It is a 1-1 draw with QPR, and that is not a good result either. So, that is 2 draws. 2 draws. Don't be too hard on them. I want to be very hard on them. Joe Sparrow gets man of the match somehow. So the bad news is Southend have won their game and they've moved up into second place. They have taken advantage of Sunderland. Sunderland and Fleetwood drew. That's very, very weird. Sunderland and Fleetwood both drew, or let's say both drew, they drew with each other, which means Fleetwood didn't drop anywhere near as many points as they should have done. If Sunderland won, we would have stayed in third place. This is tight. This is real tight at the moment. So with 5 games left to play, I think we're probably going to have to do all of them in the next 2 episodes, aren't we? Gillingham and Crawley probably in the next episode. Doncaster, Oxford, Port Vale in the final episode of the season. It's big, it's tight. I'm very concerned. We've got easy games, which is worse because that was an easy game. Blackpool, we scored 3 goals against them and still conceded 3 and dropped 2 points in that one as well. So, I'm concerned. At least we're still in charge. That's a good thing. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time for Gillingham and Crawley. We need to get 6 points out of those 2 games. Particularly 3 points against Crawley would be very helpful.